However, as and when I fall into that void, I have to look externally for the new input that's going to create, like go into the supercharger that is me to then go and make something of it. So I'm looking for new experiences, I'm looking for new sources of information, new role models, new everything. People that I can look up to, that I can see as that's the new target. I want that sort of life. Even if it is just a facade that they're showing, it's like that can be my new goal. So for example, I hooked on to Alex Hormozy's stuff a while ago, and it's like, okay, I like the idea of having an office space, some central location for my business. Doesn't mean I've got to be in acquisitions of companies to get there. I can get there however I like, but that's the goal. And then it's just finding your vehicle. It's like, how are you going to get there? But I've said long before, unless I've got that end goal, I'm useless. I can't just work at something not knowing what the purpose is.
So you're just identifying areas in your life that resonate with you.
That's it. I couldn't put it better. Yeah.
That's what you're doing there, is you're finding where your motivation and your inspiration is coming from.
Yeah.
You know, because you said you want to feel like you're making progress towards a goal. I would counter and say that the ability to sit in stillness is still making progress. However, I understand, you know, you want to be like a duck where it looks like you're moving slowly, but your legs are kicking because you're always trying to get somewhere. I get that. But you're identifying areas in your life that still bring you joy, fulfillment, something that resonates with you, that lights your soul on fire, that gives you a reason to get up and go, to try again, accept that there's failures, but accept the failures as lessons and keep going. You're finding what is going to be enough to keep that fire stoked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a really good one, man. Yeah, those are probably really good ways to navigate the lost feeling. And start trying to feel around, try new things, connect with yourself.
And remove the pressure, I think. I think if you find yourself in a void, you're probably feeling lost enough. You don't need to have additional pressure or external pressures on you that are like, you should be doing this, you need to be doing that. Like, don't pile on. You know, it's tough enough.
We love to pile on though, don't we? We love to find reasons to get on top of ourselves or put more on our plate than we need. Do you think that's a negativity bias at play, or do you think that's just judgment on ourselves?
I would say it's probably more judgment, only because negativity bias is finding the problems, seeing what's a negative out in the world, what's gonna impact you in a negative way. Whereas I think that leans more on judgment, because judgment is you putting expectations on the thing. It's more future facing. It's like, if I have 2 weeks off, I have no videos queued, it's absolutely off, like the world doesn't know what's happened to me, then I'm casting a lot of judgment on myself. If I was just to do that tomorrow, for example, just start a 2-week period, like don't touch my phone, like I'm gone. Everyone thinks Will's just disappeared. I'll be casting a lot of judgment on myself because of what could have been. Like, if I'd had those extra 2 weeks worth of content, then I would have been able to do this and this, and you can already see the route that would take. As soon as you stop that, it's like, what are you doing? Why are you doing this? What, like, who's this benefiting? Why, you know?
So you've got to be looking with self-compassion, really. Because if you're just going to get on top of yourself that is already a difficult time, you are just going to amplify that feeling.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think you covered it best when you said the first step is self-acknowledgement, like acknowledging the fact you may be in a void. And, like, that's okay.
Yeah, like, that isn't regression.
No, that's you noticing. That's like the lobby before you go into the next game.
Yeah.
That's literally what that is. You're just hanging out for a bit.
Just chilling out.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Hanging out?
Yeah. Lobbying.
It's a good term. I like it. I'm lobbying. I've been doing it for the last 10 years. Yeah. So while we are in that void of losing ourselves, it looks like we're doing nothing to the outside world. How do we stay motivated when the most important growth of our life is completely invisible to everyone else?
I don't think you do.
You don't think you stay motivated?
Not if you're in a void.
Okay.
I don't think that's a place or time for motivation.
But motivated towards the goal of development. Because really, when you're in that void, it looks like you're losing yourself. It looks like you are doing nothing to the outside world. Again, it might be that duck analogy where the duck is just sitting there, but his legs are doing this. You might look externally like you're doing nothing. So how do you stay motivated on your self-development journey when the most important growth is completely invisible to those that are looking? And like, for instance, I've been in therapy for the last 2 years. I've just stopped because I'm about to go traveling. No one saw that I was going every Tuesday evening at 6:30 for an hour. No one saw that. I mean, people knew it, but they don't see it. So how do you stay motivated? What metrics do you use to keep that inspiration high? Or is inspiration the wrong word? Is it discipline? Because we've said before, inspiration is just the spark.
Yeah.
Motivation is it's a bit more tangible, whereas discipline's the actually doing it. It's the unsexy work.
Maybe it's the promise of the next chapter. You feel like or maybe not the next chapter, but the 10 chapters down the line.
So it's the connecting to the why. It's understanding why you're doing it.
Yeah, and knowing that although it's uncomfortable in the short term, the long-term benefits are worth it.
So defining your intrinsic motivation.
Yeah.
What is your passion? What's your purpose? What's your reason for doing this? So it's defining a strong why is a good motivational start. I suppose visualization at that point would be a really good tool. Because if you've got a clear defined why, or you understand what you're doing or why you're trying to achieve that thing, visualizing the person that you might think you might be or the opportunities that might present themselves is likely going to give you some sort of motivation as well.
I think the clearer you can see your future, the quicker it comes.
And I think it's okay to not see the future, to sometimes be feeling around in the dark. But the understanding why you're doing that, why you're feeling around in the dark, why you're going every week to therapy, why you're having difficult discussions with your family members because you want to improve those relationships. If you wanted to improve your relationship with your partner and you knew you had to have a difficult conversation, but you didn't quite understand why you were having the discussion, likely that discussion will go off the rails. Whereas if you have a clear why, you have a clear end goal, it's going to make that void, that messiness, feel clearer and smoother and easier to navigate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so staying motivated when it's invisible to everyone else, I suppose it just requires discipline as well. Understanding that consistency, discipline of sticking to the plan is just going to compound. It's more crucial than the motivation. It's the discipline. It's the showing up every single day or every week or however much it is. And it's going to start to compound. And eventually you're going to become a better person. So it's really sometimes just doing the thing, even if you don't want to. Yeah. Sometimes the motivation needs to be pushed aside and it's just discipline.
Yeah. I think you can fix everything in life with just discipline.
Yeah.
Like what? Is there anything that wouldn't be fixed by discipline? I don't think so.
It's a really tough question. Anything that wouldn't be fixed by discipline. So this discipline is an admirable trait to embody.
Yeah. So I think actually we can summarize by saying if you want to be happy in life, you must practice gratitude daily. And if you want to achieve anything, any goal on any level, you must have discipline. So if you have gratitude and discipline, they're the only things that matter.
Discipline and gratitude.
I don't think there's anything else. Happiness is fleeting, sadness is fleeting, anger is fleeting, joy is fleeting. Growth is fleeting because you don't grow every day until you die. Damn, there you go. We're geniuses. We've cracked life.
You're welcome. It was you as well. You did it, not me.
No, but you gave the explanation. I just summarised.
I just prodded and prodded and
proked. Here we go.
Enough
It can go downhill now. When you drop a bomb like that,
Yeah, this is it. It's
it
all
can
downhill
go off
from
the
here.
rails
Yeah,
now. You can breathe.
the retention graph's just off from here. People are like, okay, I've got what I wanted.
That has fixed a lot of things in my life there. If they're the only two things that matter.
Discipline and gratitude.
Yeah, because I think life is just creating simple frameworks. Like if you can have there's so many different. See how motivated I've got now.
Yeah, I can see it.